So where can you go to find resources to help you develop a risk management plan? Here to discuss this is Dr. Brad Lubben from the University of Nebraska, Lincoln, and Dr. Ron Rainey from the University of Arkansas, who both have extensive experience in the area of risk management. Dr. Rainey, can you give us a brief history about the Extension for Risk Management Education, also called ERMI program, and why USDA decided to develop and implement this program?
Yeah, the goal of the program is to really help farmers and ranchers be better able to understand and manage the risks that they face on their operations. And so with the Agricultural Risk Protection Act in 2000, Congress authorized the Secretary of Agriculture to form what they call the Partnerships for Risk Management Education, which under that authority, they developed the Extension Risk Management Education Program, or ERME, with our goal of providing producers or educating them on the full range of risk management activities beyond crop insurance, but also inclusive of crop insurance.
And Dr. Lubben, how do you see the cattle industry benefiting from this program?
You know, the ERME program doesn't directly educate producers. It supports the programs that educate producers through our regional grants program. Those programs that reach producers help producers understand the various types of risks, as Dr. Rainey described. It also helps producers understand the risk they really face in their operation. Think of a cattle producer, whether they're feeding cattle in the feedlot or whether they're raising calves in the cow-calf herd, they're already facing market risk. Sometimes we hear producers think that using futures and options is a risky activity, but they're already effectively long based on what they're investing in their operation. They already face that risk. Risk management is using the tools to help offset that and manage the risk they face.
I'd like to ask both of you, what's a good starting point for cattle producers when implementing a new risk management strategy, and how can cattle producers work more with USDA?
Yeah, I appreciate that question. I like to think of it when I'm talking with clientele of developing a risk management team. You know, farmers and ranchers, they have to be an expert in a number of things, but there are a number of external resources that they can make a part of their operations. And I would start with the extension service, so their local county extension contact, to connect with both some production risk in terms of understanding some of the best management practices in terms of production, then also connect with those agricultural economists to help them think on some of the record keeping and some of those practices on the marketing or cost management, and including also expansion and diversification to help them understand, but also utilize some strategies and tools to really help them be most efficient.
And Ron, as you described, working with a team, you bet that team also might include the lender, the insurance agent, the marketing advisor, all of those that can help connect producers to the right tools to build into a strategy. And producers need to recognize that that they can depend on and draw on that expertise. Trying to master everything themselves without outside advice, that's a risk too. Producers benefit from pulling a team together to understand that risk.
Indeed, and those various USDA agencies, that Farm Service agencies and Natural Resource Soil Conservation Service, are also some good and vital team members for those producers to plug into to understand some of the programs to help them really operate more efficiently and be successful.
Dr. Rainey, looking ahead, how do you see the ERMI program evolving and adapting with regulation changes, extreme market fluctuations, rising costs, and so on?
Yeah, and as Brad talked about, so we don't educate, but we provide funds to educators. That's both in the land grant or the academic educators, but also with community-based organizations and grower associations, trying to give them some of those tools that have been developed. And sometimes some of those tools have been developed by some of those grower organizations. But to me, is one of the things that makes agriculture so successful is its ability to be innovative and to adapt. So right along with that, ERME is going to continue to be innovative and to adapt in terms of how we deliver programs, the types of programs that we deliver. For instance, as we see tremendous pressure in terms of input costs, a number of people within our ERME network, which are the people that we fund, they're adapting or changing in the focus of some of the material that they're developing to understand how to manage in this high cost environment, different strategies to address some of the rising input costs. And so we're just going to continue to try to address the needs as they continue to change for our farmers and ranchers.
Dr. Lubben, how can beef industry groups partner with USDA to ensure producers have access to this knowledge and resources?
Right. Well, certainly we know that beef industry groups and other groups can be applicants and actually help deliver the educational programs that we fund. But in those programs, we often see lots of collaboration and working with USDA, particularly as a partner agency or as a collaborator for some of the opportunities and the tools. Think of the assistance programs that come through the Farm Service Agency. Of course, the commodity programs, but particularly for the livestock sector, think of the disaster assistance programs that are authorized and ready to roll out as needs be. Think of the conservation programs and the adaptability of those programs through the Natural Resource Conservation Service. And of course, the insurance tools. We call it conveniently crop insurance, but recognize that there are livestock policies as well that help cover market risk or margin risk, market price less feed cost. Those kinds of tools are available through insurance agents backed up by USDA's risk management agency. It's important to know those things exist. It's important to understand the kinds of tools that are available, and groups can work with USDA and other partners to help educate producers as to that availability.
Thank you both for your time and input.
Thank you.
Don't forget, if you're looking to make a change on your farm or ranch, you can find valuable risk management tools and resources at the website extensionrme.org. When we come back, Michaela visits with a cow-calf farm in Kentucky to find out how they're managing risk.